Hello and welcome back, everybody. We are getting after it this week for week 7 player props. We're going to start off by going over a little review of last week. Then we will get into the picks. Before we do that, come join us at Props Optimizer. It is our free prop betting platform on Android and iOS. It can give you all these picks and many more. Check it before you bet. Has all the data you need to make informed decisions. As always, please play responsibly. Now, let's get into it. I'm your host, Tyler Wiemann, and last week was a bit of a rough one. I've had a wild run of injuries lately. Marvin Harrison did not go over. He got a concussion. Emeka Egbuka, he went under. He also got hurt. Josh Reynolds, I talked about going not only over 16.5, but that we could ladder him. He hit that second rung that was like a plus 170. So he hit in a solid way. Then Rachaad White only hit 22, and Judkins did awfully. So unfortunately, it was a little bit of a rough week. We've had a ton of variance with injuries too. And in our prop show, there was like 2 guys that got hurt also. It seems like every week lately I keep running into some of those issues. Thank you guys for showing up. Josh, thanks for being here. Always do appreciate it. Now let's dive into today's picks. Again, these are for week 7 in the NFL. Abdul, what is going on, my man? Thank you for showing up. Now let's get to it. And we're going to start off with Chig Okokwo. We're going over 32.5 receiving yards. LineStar's at 40.2. Consensus at 37.4. He's been over in 67% of the games this season. He's been over in 70% of the last 10 and 80% of the last 5. He also is without Calvin Ridley this week, or not necessarily for sure, but Calvin Ridley has yet to practice. It is likely that Ridley will be out. He's been consistent as it is with Ridley in there, and without him, he is just going to get more targets, and he's in a very good spot. So far on the year, they're giving up 66.5 yards per game. That's good for 27th in the league. If we look at the good old team defense tool, Chig is right up at the top. Patriots 25th versus the tight end one. I think Chig's in a very good spot to get it done. So we're going higher on good old Chig Okokwo. Next, we're going with Jalen Coker, and we're going higher than 27.5 receiving yards. LineStar's at 34.2. Consensus is at 29.9. Jalen is making his first start of the season, so there's slight worry there, but they said he probably could have came back last week, is going to show up this week. His last 2 practices were full practices. Line 27.5, LineStar's at 34.2, consensus 29.9, and as I said, he's making his first start of the season, so we don't have this year data to go off. But out of the slot where he will play, the NFL average for slot receiver EPA for 2024 was 0.262. Coker out of the slot had an EPA of 0.74. So dramatically better. And then if we look at the team defense tool for wide receiver 3, where he is going to slot in as a slot receiver, Hunter Renfrow, which will be Jalen Coker once he is officially active and fully playing, is in a prime spot. Jets 30th versus wide receiver 3. With Sauce all over Tet, I think it's going to be hard for Young to get him the ball too much. And the most likely option where those targets go, to me, is Jalen Coker, especially for a guy that has excelled out of the slot and has been way better than average out of that position. Now, we got Cortland Sutton, and we're going higher than 55.5 receiving yards. LineStar is at 67.8. Consensus is under at 53.7, and that is fine. He's been over in 60%, over in 67% on the season, and he has been extremely consistent. He's averaging 63.7 yards per game, and the Giants are giving up 178 yards per game to the wide receiver. They've been opponent rank is 31st, and we are getting a little bit of a discounted line here because last week, going against Sauce, who we're fading, with going to Coker instead of going with Tet in that Carolina game. Outside of that game, so he had 17, 99, 81, 118, 6, and 61. The man consistently is going over. He's averaging well over, and then it's a prime spot versus the Giants. He looks good in our team defense tool. If you go to the matchup tool, AJ Brown, 80 yards, Olave, 59, McConkey only 11, but Quentin Johnson, who is in more of a Sutton-like role, had 98 yards. Lamb, 112. Guys are going nuts against the Giants, and that is going to continue happening. Cortland Sutton is in a great spot to dominate this game, and we're going higher, 55.5. Next, we got Kamini Vidal. So line, 73.5 rush and receiving yards. LineStar is at 58.8. Consensus is at 83.2. We are going under. Simply put, his rush attempts line is at 13.5. He has to average like 4.2 yards per carry at that to hit his rushing total. And then we have his receiving total is 20 yards as well. So I think it's just a little bit too much for him. And he's in a situation where we're not really sure he is the total one. Last week, coming into the game, they were saying it's going to be Hassan Hoskins, but they're going to ride the hot hand. Vidal got off to a quick start right away, and then they kind of rode him. But he still only played 67% of the snaps. Haskins, 31%. He is absolutely going to be involved. And against the Indianapolis Colts, who have been a very good run D, they're only allowing 78 yards per game on the ground. The opponent rank is 8th. And then over the last 4, they've even been better with opponent rank of 5th. I think it's a very tough spot for Vidal. And frankly, I do not want to be going against them. The Colts on our team defense tool are about average, but this line is just real high for Vidal when, he's a 6th-round rookie from last year that really couldn't get on the field. He's barely been in the practice. He's been on the practice squad all season. They had to sign him off the practice squad to have him active last week. And with that, I think this line is just a little bit high. I think we're getting a little too into Vidal, and we need to slow it down. So we're going under. Next, we got Woody Marks, and we're going over 12.5 receiving yards. LineStar's at 15, consensus at 17.5. Now, the thing for me with Woody Marks is last week, the Houston Texans had a bye. We know that rookies generally get a little bump up in playing time after a bye. Another aspect is that Woody Marks is clearly the better blocking back between him and Nick Chubb. With that, I have a very hard time seeing Nick Chubb on the field too much in a spot where the Seahawks have one of the best pass rushes in the NFL right now. They have been absolutely dominant this year rushing the passer. They have a pressure rate of almost 44%, which is 1st in the NFL and well above the 38.3% average. They have 20 sacks on the year. They have plenty of ways to get to the passer, and with that, I think Woody Marks is going to be out there a little bit more. One of the issues with this Houston team is they have not been able to protect Stroud. This is a perfect spot to get Woody Marks some more love. He has shown that not only is he a good pass blocker, that he also can be very effective out of the backfield in the receiving game, and throwing a couple screens out there is definitely one way to slow down a pass rush. Versus Tennessee, he had 50 receiving yards, 9 versus Jacksonville, 37 versus Tampa Bay, and now I expect his snap rate to go up a little bit, and it's a prime spot for him to go over on the season. The Seahawks are allowing 7.2 receptions per game and 57 receiving yards per game to the running back. Those are going to be Woody Marks. Now, I normally don't put a Monday prop out here, but I do think this one is going to go up. I think people are going to get on this play because there's obvious paths to it succeeding, and the line just is a little bit low. He's already been playing a decent amount with this team, and there is clear paths to him playing more. Last week, he played 39% in an absolute blowout. The week before was 56%. And sorry, when I say last week, I mean week 5. And then the week before that, 48%. He has been on the field a decent amount for 3 weeks straight. That's going to continue. And then this is a great running back pass catching spot. Now, that will do it for us today. To go over our picks one more time, we got Chig Okokwo over 32.5 receiving yards. We got Jalen Coker over 27.5 receiving yards. We got Cortland Sutton over 55.5 receiving yards. We have Kamini Vidal under 73.5 rush and receiving yards. And then Woody Marks over 12.5 receiving yards. I see there is a little typo there. Good old AI got me, but that rounds it out with our 5 picks this week. Good luck to all of you. Please come join us on Props Optimizer. It is our free prop betting platform. Abdul, I haven't put anything together for this show. I do have one for tonight, though. I do like Darnell Washington for a touchdown. He is plus 350. He's been playing 85% of the snaps lately. This is obviously, in case you have not seen the Thursday night video, I dropped that one. But he's been playing a ton. Rodgers obviously likes him. He's a great blocker, and I think he could get a nice little plus 350 TD tonight. All right, guys, you have a good one. Come join us. Please like, comment, subscribe, do all that good stuff. Help us out. And also, just to let you guys know, on Props Optimizer, we do have some new tools, some new cool tools coming out soon. You're going to start seeing them with new updates coming out soon. Let's get after it. You all have a good one. Talk to you later. Peace.